Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat when you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. We begin with new information. Draver Community Park in Powell Township will soon look very different. Plans are underway for a massive renovation, and this was possible through a grant thanks to a COVID relief grant from the Michigan DNR. The township was awarded more than $886,000 from a DNR Spark grant to improve the park. Mike Springer is one of 4 community leaders behind the grant application.
So we went to the Parks and Rec Committee first and formed an advisory committee. And then we went to the Planning Commission and also the board, a number of times to the board, and presented to the community.
To learn more about the new additions to come, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And today, first and second graders at Lemmer Elementary learned what they should do during a house fire. They did this all by crawling through a smoke-filled bus. The exercise is part of Fire Prevention Week, presentations put on at area elementary schools by the Escanaba Department of Public Safety. A firefighter suited up and demonstrated how they do their job, including turning on the air tank and crawling on the floor. Kids were taught the stop, drop, and roll technique as well.
It was pretty cool because the stuff that we taught them inside in the gymnasium, they were doing it in the smokehouse. You know, they were getting down on their hands and knees, on their elbows, and crawling if they had to. Some are afraid, but we encourage them to go through it and experience it. And when they come out, they all have smiles on their faces, and they think it's the coolest thing. So.
The kids got a homework assignment from the officers as well. They said to go home and talk to their parents about making sure smoke detector batteries are replaced. And students at Houghton Elementary School walked the red carpet this morning and were greeted by paparazzi and live music. This was to celebrate the school's 3rd annual Rock Your School Day, dubbed the Rockin' Ribbon Rally. This year's event was used to celebrate the school's recent National Blue Ribbon recognition through the U.S. Department of Education. To recognize the achievement, students were encouraged to wear blue in addition to their rock star attire. They were also met at either school entrance by guitar players, including musician Bob Hiltonen.
I just love watching the kids light up when they come in and they hear the loud music and see the guitar player standing there, and they get that excitement. That's the most fun part, and that's why I keep doing it.
Students could also enjoy a rock and mineral presentation from MTU later in the day, as well as a DJ in the afternoon. And speaking of MTU, Michigan Tech University's honorary musical fraternity MU Beta Psi is holding a Miles for Music event this Sunday. It's a 5K run or walk, and all proceeds will go to the Lake Linden High School band program. The start and finish line will be outside the entrance of the Union Memorial Building. You can choose to do either half the 5K with 1 lap or the full 5K at 2 laps. This run even has a musical accompaniment to keep you going.
There will be live music playing along the route as you run. We have several local bands and music groups playing, including Lake Linden's own pep band.
Check-in starts at 9 in the morning with the race starting at 10. Students are $15, adults are $25, and children can join in for free. And Michigan DNR wildlife biologists provided an update this morning regarding the wolf population in the UP. At a natural resource committee in Escanaba, the Michigan DNR says the UP's wolf population remains stable. The public could also provide their thoughts and concerns regarding wolves. A wildlife biologist says the information provided today is only used for informational purposes.
It's just going to outline some of the things that would have to occur if and when they are delisted and if and when the NRC or legislature decide they would like to have a harvest season.
The NRC will host its next meeting at Lansing Community College on November 9th. And if you're looking to get some target practice in before deer season, there's now a safe public place to do it in Marquette County. The Shoglen Erickson shooting range is officially open to the public. TV6's Caden Minus stopped by the range to see what visitors can expect.
Zach Jacobezian is one of the first visitors to the Shoglen Erickson shooting range in Richmond Township. He says it's nice to have a public place to sight in his rifle and enjoy target shooting.
It's a really good feeling because otherwise people are just shooting at gravel pits and that's not very controlled. It's not as safe as this, and it's just good to have this. The
$2 million public range allows practice with handguns, shotguns, rifles, and even archery. The rifle range allows shooting up to 400 yards. DNR spokesperson John Pepin says this range was built to provide a safe, legal way to shoot.
Up the road from here, there had been a lot of illegal shooting going on over the years. The National Guard partnered with us and helped clean up that site. Tons of trash was taken out of there, and now that site is blocked off.
Pepin says this is the first public DNR shooting range in the Upper Peninsula. He says picking a site took at least a decade.
We've had some great partners along the way with this. Richmond Township was huge in offering the site for us. We also had numerous funding partners with us as well on this, and we had a lot of input from the public.
Pepin says the range was named after Michigan conservation officer Emil Skoglund and game warden Arvid Erickson, who were murdered by an ex-convict in 1926. There was a dedication ceremony on Tuesday.
There were some descendants of the two officers that were here to help us with the dedication, and two of the descendants actually took the first shots on the range.
Pepin says there's still some work to do, but for Jacobezian, his initial experience at the range has been positive.
It's awesome. I love this so far. It's a really nice range.
The shooting range's hours are 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening during the fall and winter months. The range will have extended hours during other seasons. Caden Minus, TV6 News, Richmond Township.
Pepin says it's a 2.7-mile drive down a dirt path to reach the shooting range. He also says to follow the boating access signs to find it. You can find more information about the location on uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And for our final story this evening, a 100-year-old shipwreck has been found in Lake Superior. The World War I era steel bulk freighter Huronton went down in 1923. The empty ship was sailing in heavy fog and smoke from forest fires when it collided with the Cetus, which was about twice the size of the Huronton. The wreckage wasn't found until August, when it was discovered 800 feet below the surface. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum says uncovering shipwrecks like the Huronton is important for understanding the history of the Great Lakes.
This is a part of the development of the Upper Great Lakes, right? These ships, that commercial transportation that was out there, which we still see today, that had a lot to do with the really the building of this part of the United States and really much of the steel industry.
Everyone on both ships lived. The Huronton's first mate even saved the ship's mascot, a bulldog, which was left behind by other sailors rushing to safety. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in on Sunday night, where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time, with a recap of Sunday's headlines. If you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you with your story ideas. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a good rest of your night.